The story of the British colonization of India is a tale of power, exploitation, and profound transformation. It began in the early 1600s with the British East India Company establishing small trading posts along the Indian coast. What started as a commercial venture quickly evolved into a sprawling empire. The first significant foothold came after the Battle of Plassey in 1757, where Robert Clive's strategic acumen paved the way for British domination in Bengal. This victory marked the beginning of a series of conquests and annexations that would ultimately lead to British control over vast tracts of the Indian subcontinent. Key figures emerged during this period: Warren Hastings, the first Governor-General of India, who laid down administrative foundations; Lord Cornwallis, who implemented crucial judicial and land reforms; and Lord Dalhousie, whose doctrine of lapse facilitated the annexation of princely states. The impact of colonization was multifaceted. Economically, India was integrated into the global British trade network, leading to the deindustrialization of its native handloom sector and the promotion of cash crops like cotton and opium. Politically, British rule dismantled traditional power structures and introduced Western legal and educational systems. The introduction of English education created a new class of Indian intellectuals, many of whom would later spearhead the independence movement. The Revolt of 1857, also known as the Sepoy Mutiny, was a watershed moment. Sparked by widespread resentment over British policies and cultural insensitivity, it marked the end of East India Company rule and the beginning of direct governance by the British Crown. Queen Victoria's proclamation of 1858 promised reforms and greater inclusion of Indians in governance. Though in practice, significant power remained in British hands. British colonial policies had long-lasting social and economic effects, including the introduction of the railways, telegraph, and a unified postal system, which facilitated better communication and commerce. However, these developments also served British economic interests. The struggle for independence gained momentum in the early 20th century, catalyzed by the formation of the Indian National Congress and leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, whose principles of non-violence and civil disobedience resonated worldwide. The Quit India movement of 1942 and the subsequent years of relentless campaigning eventually culminated in India gaining independence on August 15, 1947. The partition of India into two separate states, India and Pakistan, accompanied by communal violence and mass migrations, was a bittersweet end to British rule. Today, the legacy of British colonization is a complex tapestry of progress and exploitation. Modernization and traditionalism, oppression and eventual liberation.